Okay, now we are broadcasting live on Facebook. So Lynn, first, thank you so much for being able to jump on short notice. And can you also just kind of keep an eye on our Facebook group? No, so not the group, the page.
The fan page?
Yeah,
I sure can.
Yeah, thank you. So, okay, everybody, we are live on Facebook. We are live on Zoom. So, and today we're actually going to be focusing on how to leverage Facebook Live to get out there. It's a pretty big engine. I mean, it's huge. I'm going to give you some reasons that's going to get you very excited as to why we should be leveraging. So, and we're going to be making some decisions. It's going to be very interactive, and you're going to be sharing what's going on with you. What do you need, so we can give you what you need as you need it, the areas where you need help, because this is all about collaboration. So again, welcome everybody. Those of you who are joining us live on the webinar, stay there. We're actually going to be able to interact and ask questions and get some feedback. And again, we're also going to be jumping over to Facebook at the same time. So whether you're on Facebook Live, whether you are on a webinar, Zoom webinar with me right now, do have your Facebook open, and we're going to be posting the link to our fan page in the chat over here. If you're already on the fan page, fabulous. So Lynn Hawkins, Lynn Hawkins, the crowdfunding queen. We're gonna crown you, and lots of cool things are happening, and you're going to be hearing quite a bit about what's happening with Lynn and how we're going to be we're launching the Global Visibility Initiative, and you're going to be part of it, going to be a beneficiary. Yeah. So, okay. So today is all about, leveraging Facebook again. So going to get the, actually, I'm going to be very transparent in what I'm doing, how I'm setting up. There's all kinds of, if you've been with me for a while, you know that I'm using XSplit, and we're going live. And I know some of you are joining me for the first time, and I'm sitting in front of a green screen in my little 8x8 space here. So you can do the same thing too. And I'm going to share with you a little bit later what tools I'm using. It's literally about $300 worth of equipment. And you can be in your living room, or you can actually go ahead and get in studio just like that. So why don't we stay in studio? Let's do that. Okay. So, like I was saying, today is all about, how to, well, let's see if we can make this a little bit better. It's not quite the right size. There we go. See, adjusting. So this is part of the Global Visibility Initiative. What is the Global Visibility Initiative? Well, I believe that all of us can be on a global network. We are on a global network. If you're online, if you're on the internet, you're global. So might as well turn it into a TV show. Everything we do can be turned into a TV show. Again, if you've been with me any length of time, you know that that's kind of what I stand for. That is what I stand for. It's everything we do, everything we share can be formatted to be a TV show, and I'm going to share with you some of the things today that are going to be actually giving you some great ideas on what you need, how to do it. So let's start with Facebook Live. Why would you want to even be on Facebook Live? Well, for one thing, there are about 2 billion people. Let me just go full screen on this so you can take a really good look at this. There are 2 billion people on Facebook alone interacting. So that's a lot of eyeballs, right? And about 64 billion of them, 64 billion videos are viewed every day. That's a lot of video. And which ones are being viewed? The ones are content rich, the ones that are entertaining, the ones that add a lot of value and are fun to watch. So you can be part of that 64 billion at the top. You can be the top 1% of that 64 billion if you are following what we're teaching here. So Facebook Live videos are watched 3 times longer. 3 times longer than videos that are not live. So why would you not want to go live? And here's the other one. Users comment on Facebook Live videos 10 times the rate of regular videos. Why? Because they are fun and they're interactive, they're in the moment, and we feel compelled to respond when somebody asks a question. And we're going to be interacting today. I'm going to show you just how easy it can be to do just that. So today we're going to be focusing on, again, getting you excited. So having said that, I do want to caution you, there's good news and there's bad news. The good news is if you are on Facebook Live, you have global visibility. Again, 2 billion people on Facebook Live. A lot of people. So if you get in front of them, chances are pretty good that you're going to get the amount of clients that you want, at least what you can handle. You're going to be able to get in front of them and get your message across in a way that they want to listen and understand, and the way they want to consume. And that happens when you know how to put the message together. Well, the bad news is, if you're on Facebook Live, you have global visibility. So the opposite is true. If you show up looking unprofessional, and we know what that looks like because there are a lot of videos out there. If you show up looking not confident in who you are and what you're teaching, not believing because you're so nervous, you know, when we're nervous, we don't come across as credible, right? So it's about you putting a little bit of an effort to show up as confident and competent, you know, the professional that you already are. So it's just about learned skills. Again, good news, bad news, you have access to 2 billion people, and it's all about you making some minor tweaks, learning how to show up on camera and what to say and how to say that makes a difference. So today I'm going to share with you, you know, some of those things, how to broadcast on Facebook Live. You know, well, it's really not that complicated. There are some tools out there. The one I'm using right now is XSplit. And of course, you can go direct on Facebook Live with your phone, the handy dandy phone. You know, just press the button and you're live. And, you know, so nothing should stop you, I should say. Well, oh, I got Siri talking to me. I said, nothing should stop you. She said, who, me? Okay, Siri, thank you very much for your help. See, even Siri responds. Yeah, I tell you, so the whole world responds. So I'm using XSplit. You can go directly to Facebook, broadcast live from Facebook itself. You can broadcast live onto YouTube. And of course, a lot of people are using BeLive. It's really easy to go. And there's Zoom. I'm using combination of Zoom and XSplit. So basically, if it was just me with no interaction from any of you, I would just go ahead and press the button and go live onto Facebook. But since I'm having other people interact, some of you are going to be joining me on a webinar, then I'm using Zoom. You see? So I'm using Zoom and XSplit at the same time. It's really not, you know, I know it sounds complicated, but it really isn't. And it's just, you know, basically installing a couple of tools. And yeah, you do have to learn how to do it, but I'm just telling you, you have options. Again, the handy dandy phone is the best place to start if that's what you want to do. At least get started. So the whole thing with it is that it's how you use the tools makes a big difference. I'm going to go full screen again over here. So, I mean, most people show up like this. This is what we call a talking head. They open up their laptop and they look kind of fuzzy, washed out. We can hardly see them. We're calling them talking heads. And it's not that you don't have, you don't have to have a fancy big camera. This is a phone. Look at this. It's how you frame yourself. What you put in it makes a big difference. And this right here, I'm going, this actually is being, broadcast live onto Google, and it looks like a TV show, doesn't it? The same camera I'm using right now, I am, sitting there with 2 other people, just putting the camera further out. And you can actually just do interviews with the same tools that we're using right now, and turn them into talk show interviews. So all of this can go on Facebook Live. A lot of TV shows that are being produced. Now, I recommend you getting an external camera. Logitech webcams are the best. I'm not going to go into details with it, but the reason you want to do that is because you can actually adjust the camera settings. Okay, look at the difference. This is before and after, okay? Now, do you see the difference? What a difference it makes. Look at the, you know, the facial expressions. We can actually see, and the color is vibrant, and that makes all the difference. So you definitely want to have an external camera. Logitech webcams are what I recommend. There are a bunch of other ones out there. I mean, they go for as little as $70 to a couple of $100. And of course, you can go pro and spend $1,000, but no need to. The camera I'm using is $200. Okay, and I've been using this for a while, and it does some amazing things. I don't really need much more than that. So at least now you know that you need some tools. You can get on it with a couple of $100 worth of, you know, equipment. You just need it light, and we're good to go. Okay, so the next thing, what should you be broadcasting on Facebook Live? Well, it's not really that complicated either. So let's take a look at what you can broadcast. So if you are already on Facebook Live, you already know some of the things that you should be doing because you're already doing them, okay? Now, every time you get on, you're sharing your thoughts about life, about what's happening around you, and things that are going on around us, things that are going on globally, the issues that we're passionate about. You're already sharing your thoughts. So those are some of the things you can actually be broadcasting on Facebook Live using the tools that I'm sharing with you. And we already share other people's posts, right? We do all the time. Now, what if you were to actually, you know, instead of just clicking and sharing the post, if you were just turn on the camera and actually do a screenshot of the post itself, maybe even play the video of the post and then share your opinion in a video. That makes you a commentator. Okay, and if you want to share, let's go here. It's a maybe you're sharing about the latest books that you have been reading, or book, or your book that you just written. What's in it? Maybe you're sharing some information about that. Again, turn on your camera and talk about something that's in the book. Did you like the book? If you're commenting on somebody else's book, or maybe you recently bought a product. A lot of you are sharing information about products and maybe the latest restaurant you went to, whether you like the food. Instead of just taking a photo of the food and just saying, "Oh, this was really nice," turn on the camera and talk about how delicious the food was and how you made the choice of eating healthy, how you can go out and eat healthy. Now, all of you health and wellness experts, this turns you into the food critic, the expert, the food connoisseur. If you really want to take it to the next step, every time you go for fine dining, go ahead and do a report. It becomes part of your business expenses. So you can go out to do, fine dining, whining, and all that on your business expense. Okay. So this is not rocket science. You're already doing it. Okay. Turn on your phone. And I know a lot of you, I can't go anywhere without people turning the phone on. There's phones everywhere. You can get started with that. You don't have to get really fancy. Yes, I'm teaching how to do all this, and you can do all the switching back and forth, but at least get started. And by the way, just turning the phone on, wherever you are, also makes a big difference too. It's like we want to have a combination on our profile. So again, we comment on other people's programs, other people's products. So those are some of the things we actually want to share. Now, all of you will probably want to start getting onto the Facebook Live because, sorry, on the page. Lynn, do we have the link in our chat? So this way we can. Yeah, we can have people going over there, because what's going to happen is we're going to start telling each other what we need. We're going to be supporting each other. So some cool things are going to be happening, because when you ask for it, you get the help. So do you want to be conducting some interviews? Are you doing coaching sessions? Are you doing any consulting sessions? You can put all of them on live. Webinars and seminars and quick tips of the day. All of these can be turned into your Facebook Live. So why don't we jump over to Facebook right now in our members area? And I'm going to start giving you some ideas on how to choose your online personality and tell us who you are, what you want to do, what is it that you're looking for. Okay, so the first one we're starting with is the reporter. Are you an outgoing person? You go to a lot of seminars. Maybe you go to trade shows and you're just very inquisitive. Naturally, you ask a lot of questions. You could be the natural reporter. So do you want to be invited to events to actually interview the speakers? Do you want to be invited to trade shows to go interview, maybe the presenters at the trade shows, or just go from booth to booth and talk about the products that are being displayed there? So if you are an outgoing person who wants to get around out there, let us know on Facebook Live. Okay, I see the chat. Is there, Lynn, I'm assuming if there's a question, you're going to ask it, right? Okay, so you're muted right now, but yeah, I don't see anything in the chat. So the other thing that that I do want you to look at, okay, that's the reporter. Now, are you the reporter? Now, the other thing, if you're not an outgoing person, if you are mostly online and sharing, commenting, and people are responding, you're posting things, some of the things that I mentioned before, you could be the natural critic, or you could be the commentator. The difference between a critic and a commentator is this. The critic does evaluations. You know, if you're like, okay, I went to this restaurant, let's see, I'll give this like 4 stars out of 5, then you are the critic. Again, we know them as a food critic. Maybe movies, books, programs, products. Anytime you're evaluating a product, so maybe that's your natural, that's your natural personality. If that's what it is, good for you. Keep evaluating and sharing your information with us because we need it. We need it, definitely. Then if you are just, sharing your thoughts and information on your expertise and commenting on others' books that you've read, just explaining what they are, then you could be the commentator. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. We've seen them on TV all the time. They're sharing information that we like. So the next one from there is the guest expert. Are you at your best when people are interviewing you? So do you want to be interviewed? Should we connect you with some of the experts that are looking to interview others, people who have TV shows already, or they have blogs or webinars they're doing? Do you want to be connected with some of those people? And of course, the reporters. Are you looking for people to interview? Are you looking to go to events? And then a show host. Now, if you want to do all of the above, you're the show host. Now, I have to tell you, great ideas come everywhere. One of my sayings is that if you know how to recognize a great idea, you don't have to have one of your own. Just, appreciate what's coming out. And yesterday, I happened to be on the training for referral marketing guru Michael Griffiths. I'm in his membership program, and he did this yesterday. He literally asked us what we need, and everybody was responding, sharing, saying what we needed. It works so beautifully because as soon as somebody asks us for help or they say what they're looking for, we want to jump in and help. So I'm like, hey, I want to borrow that idea for my people. So if you are a reporter looking for events to go to interview people, go ahead and let us know about it. And if you're a show host, you're looking for experts, let us know. So post in Facebook. I'm actually going to go in there and look at it. And if you're watching this recorded, if this is a replay, go ahead and go in there because we're going to be in there connecting with people. Now, those of you who are already there, as soon as you see somebody commenting on it, can you help them? Can you connect them with somebody else? Can you introduce them to somebody? Do you need somebody, to come to your event? Or are you going to an event where you can invite them to go along with you or let them know about it? Like, I'm getting ready. I'm going to be in Australia, next month. I'll be in Sydney, as a matter of fact, doing the three-day training, October 12th to the 14th. Guess what? I'm looking for people to interview over there. And if you have people over there who should be learning some of this from the live program, let me know. And the same will do for you. So post what you're doing, and we're going to be referring. So I'm going to go in there and look at it in just a minute. And so bottom line is, what's holding you back right now? What is it that you need? What's keeping you from using the #1 marketing tool? What do you need? You need some help with technology? Do you need, you need what? People to interview? Again, so put down what you need and make a list of it. Now, the other thing that we're going to be doing, before I go into, a lot of you, I know you want to know, how am I going to be the go-to expert in 30 days or less? Yeah, I know it was right at the top of the email, and I'm getting to that. So while we're in the process of getting there, here's something else that's huge that I want you to know about. Now, I am all about making sure that everything you need besides me is available, and it's within our group. So for you to be able to get out there, like the videos that you create, any effort that you put into, for it to go out there in a big way, you need to first learn how to create them. Yeah, I'm teaching you that. But then you actually need funding, don't you? And then you need production, you need promotion, we need marketing, and of course, as you start growing, you need admin help, maybe a producer or an executive assistant. So these are also the areas where we need help. And guess what? These are the people that are also in our group. So if you need help in these areas, or if you can be in support of these areas, we're actually going pretty big and wide with our global visibility initiative. I'm going to go I'm going to go full screen with this again. So, and you're going to be posting. If you go to the website, again, if you go to the Facebook page, fan page, you're going to see 2 images. This is one of the images that's up there, so you can post below the image what do you need. And also the image below this, I believe, that's the one where I asked you if you're a reporter, guest expert. So the images are there, post below them, so we're in groups. Now let's get back to this one. So do you need training? Do you need media training, production, monetization? What is it that you need? If you need that, put it under the video. Do you need funding? Within my program, I'm teaching how to do co-op marketing. And, this is like when you get together with the other people you're going to be interviewing, and everybody chips in, everybody does, does the marketing together, but they also share the cost of production. So you could be doing co-op marketing. Now, if you need crowdfunding, Lynn and I are getting ready to do a fabulous program on that. But next Tuesday at the same time, we're actually going to be doing the training where Lynn is going to be showing us how to actually create a crowdfunding campaign. And I'm going to be sharing with you the videos that we're creating for our crowdfunding campaign to do docu-branding. The docu-branding is the story of the business owner and the story of the business. If people knew you, if people knew how fabulous you were, they would definitely want to work with you, right? If they knew how much you cared, they would want to work with you. That's the bottom line. We want to work with people who we know care about us and are good at what they do and are passionate about making a difference. So we're going to be sharing with you how you can create that and get money for it at the same time. But not only for that, for all kinds of production that you're going to be doing. So the next step, do you need money? Do you want to know how to get sponsors, or do you want to know how to get investors, private investors? With production, do you need somebody to help you to shoot the video, or do you need somebody to edit the videos? Where do you need help? And these are the experts we're bringing in. These are the experts I'm going to be interviewing for our, we're going to be doing a lot of 5-hour master classes online on these specific topics. Or maybe you need distribution. There's so many different TV networks out there, thousands of them, and a lot of them, they're looking for content. So through working with us, I'm actually going to be putting the, select videos, on GVN TV, but they're also going to go with me to the other broadcasting networks. And we want to know if you want to be part of that. Do you need distribution? We can actually connect you with others who will take your videos and put them in front of thousands. I mean, Hulu is a broadcasting network. Okay, it's that simple. That's what they are. So maybe you need promotion. Okay, once you have your videos out, whether it's on your website or on our network or somebody else's network, you want to send people to watch the video. You want to send people to love the show that you have. Spread the word about it so more people will want to watch your show, right? So maybe you need some help with social media posts or social media ads, online, offline promotions in all kinds of ways. Do you need help with promotion? If so, what kind of help do you want? The comments that you're giving is going to actually tell me who to bring in, who to interview, who's going to be part of our global visibility initiative that's going to take all of us across the globe. So let us know what you need. Executive assistants, maybe you need some help, because as we grow we want to make sure that somebody's booking the guest experts, they're preparing the experts you're going to be interviewing, and of course you want to do make sure you have some customer service in place, because as you grow you're going to be a little bit short on time and answering people's questions yourself if you're a solopreneur. So what is it that you need? Who should I be bringing on and interviewing? And so some of you already commented you were really excited about the branding I did with Samantha Riley last week. Well, this Thursday we're actually doing we're going to be doing a Zoom call on it this day after tomorrow at the same time. It's going to be putting together your branding that's really going to be going across all of the different platforms. So it's all about cross-platform branding, because now we're everywhere. How do we look good? What do we do? What does our brand say about ourselves? I know that I'm in the middle of looking at that. By the way, all the things that I'm sharing with you, these are the things that I need. I'm getting ready to do a giant leap right now in my own business. I'm like, whoa, I need some more help. What do I need? Whose help do I need? And these are the people that I'm going to get the help I need. And guess what? As I get the help, you get the help with me. So yeah, it's good. It's all kinds of, at the very least, we're going to be doing, every Tuesday and every Thursday, we're going to be doing, from 2 o'clock to 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. Is going to be a lot of great information. And especially on Thursdays moving forward, we're going to be creating a lot of content for the Access to Experts TV show. So in other words, you're going to be able to watch me create the content right there on Facebook Live, and then it becomes part of my show. I've been telling you, if you want to have your show, you start building your library, start putting your video tips, start putting information, and then we can take all those individual videos and group them together, and they become part of the show. Well, you're going to be seeing all of it happening right before your eyes. And if you want to be one of the experts that I'm interviewing on Access to Experts, I want to know that too. So go ahead and put in there. Again, do you want to be a guest expert? Are you looking for experts to interview? Or do you want to be a show host? Let us know. Those two images are there. And make sure you're posting below the right image. And if there's somebody that needs help and you can provide it for them, make sure you do that too. Okay, so now we're going to get to how do you get to be the expert, the guest expert, or the go-to expert. The go-to expert in 30 days or less. So whatever it is that you want to do at this time, it's all possible for you, okay? So let's see how that's going to be. Right now, again, I was saying there are thousands of TV channels out there looking for content, because why? Remember, most people are showing up as talking heads, and you're not going to show up as a talking head, because you're going to start implementing all the stuff that, these cool tools that are, you're getting access to. So if you know that you're going to be out there in a big way, you want to prepare, okay? So if you're going to be the go-to expert, what is it that you want to be known for? Why do you want to do this? Because one thing I will share with you is that when you are not passionate about what you're doing, if you're not excited about it, the viewers know it. And when they know that you don't care, you're not excited about it, they're going to leave. Think about it. When was the last time you sat down and watched a TV show with somebody saying, well, today we're going to talk about, well, yeah, I kind of like talking about, not fun, is it? So you need to bring it on. For you to bring it on, you need to find the why. Why do you do what you do? So let's get the mindset here. What will happen when thousands of people, or let's say millions of people, know who you are? They know who you are. They actually get to see you. They get to hear you. They understand that you are about them. You are passionate about what you do. This is the gift you want to share with them. And so what will happen when they know? Just think about it. Okay, so what will be the impact on their lives when they know that you have the solution they've been looking for? Remember, all of us have a challenge. We're all looking for answers. You know, somebody out there has the solution we're looking for, whether it comes to our health, whether it comes to finance, whether it comes to relationships. Somebody out there, you know, has the solution we're looking for. Most of the time, we don't even know where to go because it's so confusing. Too many choices, too much information, too much noise. But when we find that person where we're in sync with them, we get that they're about us. We get that they're passionate. We get that they're good. And there's that connection. Oh my God, freedom. I love that feeling when I find that one person who I know is going to help me. So what will happen when people know that you have the solution they're looking for? What will be the impact on your life? Think about it. You have been struggling, you know, for years, and then maybe you're on a success track right now. So you've been putting this together for a long time, or maybe you're still struggling. Okay, so but you're doing this for a reason. So what will happen when people actually know who you are, and there are thousands or even millions of them who have found you? It's like you have the message, so you're impacting their lives. So what will happen? You know, what's the impact on your life? All of a sudden, there's a lot more money coming in, and you're living your purpose, impacting the lives of people you want to impact and you're meant to impact. What is that going to do to your life? And what will be the impact on the lives of the people that you love? What will be the impact? You're going to have a little bit more time or a lot more time to spend with your family. You're going to have a little bit more time or a lot more time to do the things that you enjoy that you haven't been taking the time for. What would you be doing? You know, so how does that look when you get to spend a lot more time with your family? Okay, what will be the impact in the lives of the ones that you love? So I hope you're excited, because all of this you're going to be bringing into creating that mechanism that's going to make you the go-to expert. And I call this the gift shift. When each one of us does what we do, we all have our gifts. When we use our gift to share with others, impact other people's lives, then they take what they've learned from us and they go out there. So again, if I show you how to get yourself out there in a big way, millions of people are seeing you, so you can do what you're doing. Now you're impacting those lives, the ones that are seeing you and they found you, you have the answer. What will be the impact? That's called the gift shift. It's a ripple effect. So now let's take a look at how to go to be, there we go. So how to be the, how to position yourself as a go-to expert in 30 days or less. So what do you need to do with it? So let's take a look at that. It's actually pretty simple. It's really simple. As a matter of fact, it's so simple that you're going to say, oh my God, it's sort of like a V8 moment. No, I should have done this a long time ago. So I'm going to share the example with you, okay? So the example I'm going to use with you is, let's say a wedding planner wants to be the go-to wedding planner in a particular area. So what do they need to do? Well, start thinking about who else needs to be. Actually, I'm going to go full screen with this because you don't really need to see me right now. Okay, so who else is supporting this couple when they decide to get married? Who else do they need to be supported by to put on this fabulous wedding day that they've been dreaming of? Well, the first thing is the jeweler, right? We start with the engagement ring, then we buy the wedding ring, right? And then, of course, there's the bridal shop to buy the beautiful dress, and the invitation vendors and videographers and photographers, reception halls, and the baker and the caterer, and of course the florist, limousine services, and the travel agency. So all of these people, these are just some of the people that are supporting this couple. Now, if the wedding planner wanted to be the go-to wedding planner in that area, what would happen if they went to interview the top jeweler in that area, or the top bridal shop, the #1 bridal shop, the #1 videographer, the photographer, maybe the florist? So what would happen if they went and actually interacted with these businesses who have the name, who have the prestige, and they have dominated that area? Guess what? They're going to be known as the #1 wedding planner, right? Or it's instant expert status elevation. And it's instant exposure. Why? Because when you are interacting with that jeweler, guess what? Everybody who's the jeweler has in their circle is also going to be knowing about you. But how do you make sure you do this? How do you interact with them? Well, the easiest way would be to ask them for an interview. That would be the easiest way. Say, hey, you know what? I want to come and ask you about how to buy the diamond. How can you tell? The bigger diamonds versus the better quality diamonds. What should we know about it? Well, that's easy enough to do. That's easy enough to do. But guess what? You can also start doing things on your own without interviewing them. You can take and do a commentary on something that they have put, the video that they have released, maybe maybe some kind of content that they're making available that you can actually, distribute to your people. If they don't have a video that you can send to your people, ask them if you can go and create the video with them. So whatever it is, as long as you're associated with them. Now you do the same thing with the florist, and you do the same thing with the, I'm having a bit of a static here, and I'm not quite sure why. So let's see if we can make this a little bit better. Okay, so maybe. Lynn, are we okay with it seems to be staggering. It's okay? All right, thank you. So, okay, now getting back to it. Now, besides interviewing them, think about it. If, again, going back to it, you can actually, if you're a reporter, you can not only go to their place of business, but you can actually go to the bridal show that's going to be in your city. And guess what? The biggest ones are going to be there. They are going to be sharing. They're going to be showing up. They're going to be marketing. And you can actually interview them and put that content within your TV show. Okay, I'm using the bridal industry as an example because all of us are familiar with it one way or another. But think of your industry. Who are the top people in your industry? To figure that out, think about, it's the upstream and downstream from you. Okay, where else do your people go before and after you? Who else is supporting them? Go to those people and ask them if you can interview them. And even if you can't get to them right away, go and see what they have put on their website and do a commentary on that. Again, going back. So maybe you can literally turn the camera on, and instead of just sharing their post and putting it on your website and saying, oh, I love what he's saying, why don't you speak what they're saying? Turn on your camera and say, hey, you know what? I saw this great post by, whoever it is. I love what they're saying, and here's why. And these are the ways I'm going to be using it. What are your thoughts on it? So let us know about it. So this is how you put it all together. And just like I'm asking you to go and interact on Facebook Live, you can actually get people engaged. Now, so let me see. What else did I want to share with you? So put down some of the ideas that you're getting. What are some of the ways you can actually engage with people that you're looking to get in front of? Who do you want to be front of mind with? Who do you want to have, whose radar do you want to be in? Okay, who are some of the thought leaders who you really want to get in the radar? And I'll tell you a little secret. I don't care how big they are. They stay on top. They always need to be front of mind. So when you ask them for an interview, most of the time you're going to get a yes as the answer. Okay, so let me see. So are there any questions on this? Any comments over here that we should talk about? Let me see. You know what, Lynn, if you want to monitoring the Facebook Live, I'm actually going to go there too. But we have some people here that I think I'm going to go ahead and, bring them up. Let's see. If you want to get on camera with me and ask questions, I'm actually going to, just randomly put some people up here. And I'm going to invite you into our Facebook, into our Zoom room. Let's see. Okay, we got some people in. So if you have a question about any of this, and if you want to, maybe share a comment or ask a question, just let me know. Go ahead and raise your hand. Actually, I'm going to go into full-on mode. Let's see, mode. A lot of you are not even on camera. So let me see now. Okay. Oh, I see Papa Soup is on. Where did you go? All right, so let's go to, let me see. All right, if you have a question, go ahead and raise your hand, and I'm going to go to, hey, Lynn, well, actually, why don't you join me? Let's see, let's get you on mute. And, okay, there we go. All right, Lynn. So, what? Any thoughts on this? Because I know you always get ideas. So, what's going on here?
Well, I really like the part where you were talking about, think about the people that you want to interact with, and if you want to be the interviewer, think about who that person or those people might be, and when you reach out, when you see them or whatever, just hold your phone up and say, can we do an interview? And just have one or two questions to ask them. That's awesome. That's an awesome way to get started. You could even start with your friends and family if you're like in that space of, am I going to sound okay? What am I going to look like? How am I going to feel? Because we all know that practice is what takes you to more of a place of comfort. And you've given some great suggestions as to how you can practice this.
Wow, awesome. So in particular, actually, let's talk about some of the crowdfunding. We're going to be talking about, we're going to be doing a docu-branding. That's a really good way to start. Docu-branding is the story of the business owner and the story of the business. Excuse me. So if we were to put together a 30-minute special about you and why you do what you do, right? I'm talking to our viewers here. Think about this, okay? So if I told you we're going to do 30 minutes together, and I want to know about you, what gets you going? What's your story? What's your background, and who are you? What's special to about you, and what should we know about your family and the things that you really care about? What would you be sharing with us? Remember, if we get to know you and like you, we're going to want to know more of you, more about you, and we're going to want to do business with you, right? So what would you want to share? And also, the other thing that I know for sure is that every business has a purpose. Yeah, it's about making money, yes, but every business has a purpose. The purpose of my business is to give you global exposure. It's that simple. That's the only reason my business exists. So if that's the purpose of my business, what is it? What makes it work? What's so special about it? So what is so special about you? What's so special about your business? What is the purpose of your business, and how does it make people's lives better? You get how important this is? There is a story. We call it, a lot of times we call it the hero's journey, all the things that you went through. Well, guess what? Your business has had a hero's journey too. It was struggling, as a little baby, struggling, trying to figure out, get out there in a big way. And then all of a sudden it became a toddler. It's like a little bit going, it's bumping into things. And then it's like, oh my goodness, it's like, the teenager who doesn't know whether it's coming or going. Well, I know my business has gone through all of it, right? And now my business is about the adult stage. It's not even way up there, right? So now we're going, okay, now we're going to go big. So it has a story. What is the story of your business? If I told you we're going to spend half an hour together and you're going to tell me about you and about your business, what would you be telling me? Those are the stories you want to start creating and put them on Facebook. Those are perfect stories for you to be sharing on Facebook Live. Press a button and share a story. And as you start sharing those stories, they go into your library. And every story has a lesson. And I know that when I'm training, during my training, those of you who have been with me for a while, some of the biggest impacts in my life have come from, over the years, having breakthroughs. And one big story everybody pretty much knows about, the camel driver in Egypt who taught me about marketing when all the gurus could not. Okay, so it's teaching moment. And the things I've learned from my parents, from my dad, and other people I work with, some of the mentors. So these are all stories that we can use, because it's not just, oh, I know so and so. It's what did I learn from them and how did I learn it? Learning to tell the stories is a big way. And this is where all of this kind of comes in when doing crowdfunding. What we're actually going to be, producing videos for the Global Visibility Initiative. We're getting ready to start the crowdfunding campaign for the Global Visibility Initiative. And the intent for it is to make sure that there's no expert left behind. So whether, we're putting money aside for training, we're putting money aside for scholarships or marketing, whatever we're going to do, we're going global. So that's what we're working on. And every month we're going to be doing, a different fundraising campaign for, turning your books into TV shows, or, all those things. So we're going to be doing that. And I'm just kind of going into the whole story here because it fits right in with the information that I'm asking you to put together. So, okay, Lynn, why don't you go ahead and share a little bit about that?
Well, first of all, I want to say I really commend you for coming up with this fabulous idea about the docu-branding. I think that every business, it's important for every business and every business owner to get their story out there. What made it so important for you to create your business? What was your vision for your business? And that actually is the personal side of the story. I think it was really cool, Anne, that you talked about your father. And, I would really look at bringing into the story the thing that goes beyond why you started your business. So you're talking about what got you there, and then you're talking about who's your business really going to help, and why is that something you're so passionate about. And as it relates to crowdfunding, the same thing applies. When you're doing a crowdfunding campaign, one of the biggest pieces of your campaign and your campaign success is the story that you tell. What is it that you want to do? Why are you raising funds? What are you going to use the funds for? You don't want to just pull a number out of the air. So how do you come up with a good number for the amount that you want to raise? And then what's the story behind it? Who's going to really benefit from it? And those are kind of things that we'll be talking about as Ann and I are doing this training. And I'm really excited about it because, like everything, there's systems and formulas, and you take from those who have been successful what works. And I've really come up with what works for crowdfunding and put it into a formula, a system. And we're going to be sharing a lot of that with you next week as we talk about crowdfunding for your docu-branding project.
Thanks, Lynn. I love it. I'm so excited about this. So excited. So
I am
anyway,
too.
yeah, it's a same time next week right here. We're going to be doing a webinar on that. So anybody have any questions? Those of you who are in our webinar or whether you're on Facebook, any questions, any comments before we wrap this up?
Looks like Arson might have a question.
Papa Sub. Do you
Hi,
have a question?
Ann.
Hi. There
Uh,
you are. Move a little bit further back from the camera.
How about that?
Okay, better. Yes. Okay.
I'm trying that new camera you told me to go buy.
Okay. So we need to get you set up so you can really use it the way it's supposed to be. Awesome. Well, congratulations on getting it. So do you have a question?
The question
Yeah.
is, on Facebook, where do you find? Is there a link on how to get into Facebook Live, or do I have to do that on my phone, or do I do it on can I do it on my computer, my laptop with this? Because both of you look, if you're doing Facebook Live right now, is that what you're on, or you're on Zoom?
I'm on Zoom and broadcasting onto Facebook Live at the same time.
Okay, you need to learn how to do that. Because,
yeah, well, that's part of what I'm teaching. You're in the right place. So now getting back to your question, well, if you're just using your phone, it's really simple. You know, when you're looking at once you log onto your Facebook account and you can see the Go Live button, just press that and boom, you're on. Now, the thing about doing it with the phone is that it's kind of shaky and it's not really framed properly unless you know what you're doing. That's what most people do, and so that it can become a challenge. Now, what I'm doing, if you have a Zoom account, the Zoom account, you can actually go live on Facebook Live. I don't think it works with the free account. I think it's like $14 a month or something. That one will broadcast live onto Facebook Live. Lynn, is that right?
I think it's the webinar and the business that broadcasts to Facebook Live. The pro account does not.
Oh, okay.
Well, there is a way to do that. There is a way to do that, and you actually do it through YouTube Live.
Okay. Well, now that's complicating it too much. That's going to too many. So let's just keep it simple. Well, I know this with XSplit, which you can get for free, or you can actually for $59 a year, you can have XSplit. And you can broadcast live yourself right onto Facebook. The thing about doing it with XSplit is just you. You can't have other people on with it. That's why I'm using Zoom to have other people on with me and broadcasting onto Facebook Live through Zoom. But I can go directly from XSplit to Facebook Live. And if you are sharing content, if you're creating video tips and you're just you're doing commentaries, you're doing maybe book reviews, you're doing assessments. If you don't have to have somebody else on camera with you, I would say just use XSplit and go direct because the quality is actually better. Okay, because the more content or the more channels you put into the mix, the more the quality suffers. So that's what I would suggest you do. And Papa Sub, you have access to the whole XSplit training and all of that. Okay, and just go in there in the latest one. Actually, I'll send you a direct link to the XSplit training. And
are you saying XBook or XSplit?
XSplit. We'll set you up when we're doing your book interview to get you ready for the book interview for your book. And Papa Sub and I, Arsene Marsubian, he's written several books, but we're actually getting ready to do a virtual book tour, on his latest book, and so stay tuned for that. But when we go to set it up, I'll walk you through the technical aspect of it. Those of you who are already in a program, with XSplit training, you have it in your Turn Your Showing to Cash. It's episode 4, okay? Step-by-step instructions. Let's see, who else? Is there anything else? Yeah.
Thank you, Ann.
You're very welcome. Can't wait to do the interview with you. Those of you who have books and you want to set up a book review, an interview, let me know. Post below the videos that I told you, the images that I told you on Facebook Live, or even in the chat here. Then we can actually set up, excuse me, we can set up a time to conduct interviews, and we'll do access to experts interviews. So does anybody else want to come on? Anybody else have a question or a comment? You don't have to even get on camera. You can actually go ahead and put it in the chat. And Lynn is monitoring the chat to come up with the sound. Let's see. Okay, anybody else? Nope. Okay, it's just about top of the hour. And if you have some questions, put it below the Facebook Live, and we'll be going in there to monitor. And join us here next week. And if you want to know more about the whole Global Visibility Initiative, go to lightscamerainterview.com. Actually, let me share that with you. Hold on a second. Let me go into this. If you want to know how we're doing this whole mechanism, then there is a training on, we're doing your lights camera interview. Basically, it covers on identifying your on-camera style of positioning. We just go in depth with that. Let me see who somebody is typing, and there's, let's see, we need to mute. No. Okay, so there's also, lights camera interview. It's about getting yourself out and about on Facebook Live. It will be on blueprinting your show. How do you leverage what you do, identifying the best format for your show, and identify your most profitable audience, identify your ideal guest experts. So this is going to give you the opportunity to really create who is it that you are going to be creating your content for, and who are you going to be having on your show to make it easier for you to add value for your audience, as well as interview the people and grow your exposure at the same time. The blueprinting of your show is critical. It's the blueprint to get you out there and build your business on. So the other thing we'll be doing is crafting your message. Every time that you put a message out there, there are 4 different groups of people that you are addressing at the same time. There's the who, what, the why, the what, how, and what if people. In your message, you have to be giving them something for each one of them for them to actually know what you're talking about and to relate to your message. So you learn how to put together the hook to grab people's attention, the body to build your trust, and a call to action so they know what's the next indicated step. Because when you're doing a TV show, what do? They need a little bit more information. You can send them to your members area to watch the in-depth interview, or maybe to download a tool, assessment tool that you mentioned. So think Dr. Oz, he's always talking about products, but then you go to the website and there you're downloading recipes, or there's a whole list of things that are working that you should be getting about, okay? So next, it's about, make the camera love you. How do you interact with the camera? Connecting with your viewers. Your camera is the mechanism that you connect with your viewers with. How do you do that? There is a mindset shift. There are some things that you need to do to be able to make that happen. And your body language, okay? What does it do? Actually, I'm going to be doing an in-depth training with Alan Stevenson. He's in Australia, and you know he's been training some of the top people on body language and facial expressions. We're doing a special training on that, and we're also going to be doing a special training with Ninka. She trains TEDx speakers in Europe. So we're going to be doing a training together on how to put together your TEDx style talk for Facebook Live. Okay, so you're going to be needing all this, and part of it is body language when you're doing a TEDx talk. It's body language. How do you show up? What do you do to grab people's attention? So she's going to be teaching a lot about that as well, and then you will know actually how to use what I'm using. And I'll go full screen with this. This is all I'm using to do what I'm doing right now. It's XSplit, a webcam, some lights, and a green screen. That's all. That's all I'm using, about $300 worth of equipment. And you can know how to do that too, to look professional. So you show up professional everywhere you go and create content at the same time. And of course, you're doing all this. So how are you going to get it out there? How are you going to turn it into cash? So we covered the 7 key profit generators, your marketing blueprint, how you're going to get it out there, co-op marketing and sponsors to be able to really get out there and monetize all this. So this is all part of it. You can go to turn your show into cash. No, sorry. lightscamerainterview.com. Again, lightscamerainterview.com. When you go there, you'll be able to see I'm doing a 5-hour masterclass on this, and you also get a ticket for in-person media training. So right now I'm going to be in Australia next month, and then in Malaysia in end of October, Malaysia, Singapore, and beginning of November we're going to be in Amsterdam and London. So you can join me in any of those places. And plus, I'm going to be, doing it again a couple of times a year. And come to the, in-person media training. You get a ticket for that. Everybody gets on camera, and everybody gets to be the reporter, guest expert. So it's really getting the feel for how you show up on camera. All of this, and you get the ticket for it. And by the way, all of this put together, it's only $197, the 5-hour media training, and you get a ticket for the live event. So we're making this global exposure. Okay, no expert left behind. Really, really, it's a huge campaign. That's why the price is so low, because we're going global with this. We want to populate, get our experts all over. So when you pick up, you can actually literally call, just get your phone and start, sending WhatsApps, messages to people across the globe and set up interviews, literally. So we have this whole global mechanism, and I'm training people across the globe. One of the challenges that people have is finding others who show up well on camera. That's one of the challenges that people have. And so I'm training them. So if there's somebody that you want to interview and you don't know how to train them for the camera, and this is really important because how others show up on your show impacts you, impacts the quality of your video. So if there's somebody you want me to train, let me know. Send them over to lightscamerainterview.com, and they can become part of our global visibility initiative. And that's all that I want to share with you. And I'm looking, I don't see any more questions. And let me just check the chat.
I think we may want to congratulate Maureen. She's got a new book out, and she's #1 on Amazon's Angels list.
Well, Maureen, why don't you join us? Share about your book. Where is it? There you are. Speak up. Congratulations. You're on.
I'm delighted to tell you, and I didn't realize you were interviewing people who have their own books right now, but I've been working on this book for 5 years, and we have been building the promotion for the last 6 months. And it's paying off big time because we were #1 on mysticism and spirituality last week. This week, we've landed in #1 in the angels category. So it's a really, really amazing book about what's happening in the reality and how the reality is changing. And I'm getting wonderful, wonderful interviews and reviews. And we're doing a summit that's an audio summit. And that's still running. So anybody who is interested in learning more about that, they can find it on my website, MaureenSt.
Well, wonderful. Congratulations again. And go ahead and get in touch with me, and let's connect.
Maureen, why not share that in the Facebook group as well?
Because I'll tell you why I didn't do that. And that is because when I went onto the Facebook Live, then I had two versions of you guys going, because I was watching you on Zoom and I didn't know how to balance that. So I dropped Facebook Live and just watched it on Zoom. Maybe there's a technique you can share quickly before you go when you've got both of those portals open.
Yes, you turn the audio off on the Facebook Live video and then you're fine.
But I don't know how to do that. I only know how to mute you on my keyboard.
If you go to the Facebook Live video and click on the video, the audio icon will come up and you just click on it so that the line goes through it.
Okay. All right. So it's somewhere in that.
Yeah, you'll see it on the lower right corner.
Yep.
All of them have it.
Right,
So yeah. Now when we get off, why don't you go over there and post below the video that you have the book, sharing information about the book, and share that you're looking to be interviewed on the book. You're looking to get on webinars to share the information on the book, and I'll go over there and look at it myself. And then I'll send you a link to find a time on my calendar. Then we can set up a call to see about setting up a time to actually do a proper interview.
Very good. And I can give you some links in Australia, some people I know.
Fabulous. There you go. So actually, as soon as we hang up, go on to Facebook. I'll do the same thing, and I'll go ahead and put in the link for my calendar, and we'll get things going.
Sounds good.
Fabulous.
Is it Lights Camera Interview on Facebook as well?
No, on Facebook, the link is actually, if you go to, you and I are connected on Facebook. Mm-hmm. So if you just go to my main page, I actually put it there. There's a link to go to the fan page as well. So, or you can just click on the link that Lynn has put up in the chat room here.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll be speaking with you shortly then. Okay. That, I think that's it. Anybody else we need to that's it. Let's see. Okay.
I just posted the link again to the Facebook Live page in the chat here. And it looks like Arson's asking a couple of questions. So Arson and Maureen, you two may want to connect once you've got everything in the Facebook chat, in the Facebook Live chat.
Yeah, there you go. Arson, you should go to the Facebook, on the Facebook page and put in that you're releasing your book. You're looking for people to interview, same thing, okay? And that you're getting ready to do an interview with me and, who else. Just go ahead and start sharing. And the more people know about it, the easier it's going to be for us to support you and get the word out. Okay, everybody. Well, again, if you want to know more about how to leverage Facebook Live, go to Lights Camera Interview. And if you've already been with me for a while, just please go back in there and go into the program and do a review. I'm going to be actually doing it again and sending you some more like a refresher content. But right now, just get involved and show up here every Tuesday and every Thursday. That's going to get you in motion. And be prepared to share on our Facebook Live fan page. Let people know what's going on. Again, Lynn, thank you so much for always being there and always sharing and supporting. And I can't wait to do our crowdfunding training next week.
I'm right there with you. Looking forward to it.
Okay. All right, everybody. I'm Ann DeVere, and this has been another episode of Lights Camera Interview. Today, we were talking about how to get yourself out there on Facebook Live. What can you share on Facebook Live, and how do you connect, and how do you position yourself as a go-to expert? Literally, you can do it in 30 days or less by tapping and connecting into people who can give you the global visibility. And you can also give them global visibility. It's about playing together for a win-win outcome. And thank you so much for being a part of our community, for being a part of our family. And I will be seeing you right here next Thursday. Just look for the email with the link. It's going to be in a different webinar room. And so just look for that link and you'll be joining Samantha Riley, who's going to be sharing with us how to create our cross-platform branding. Okay, so we always look fabulous and flawless no matter where people find us. Okay, so we'll see you soon, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.